So I figure, the time is now, right, to really just kind of come out and just really share what's on my heart, share what's really, going on in my head. And the thing for me is, it's never too late. That's a personal motto of mine for 2020. It's never too late, right? And for a lot of us, for most of us, we walk with this kind of regret on something, right? Like, man, I should have did this, or I never should have done that. But I would say to all of us, to you, is it's never too late. So for me, doing this video, this is the first of many. Um, I'm happy to announce and I'm happy to share with all of you that, I'm launching different platforms, I'm launching different things, I'm writing, I'm really tapping into my creative side. I'm really tapping into this fire that's been brewing in me for many years. And I've allowed fear, I've allowed my timid spirit to kind of really control me and really, just lead me in, you know, just not really doing something that I'm really passionate about. So for me, this is my passion. My passion is encouraging people. My passion is counseling. My passion is listening. My passion is just sending a message and sending this narrative of, okay, like, this is what I've been through. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm feeling right now. This is what I'm looking forward to. This, and this, and that, and that, right? Now is the time to really be an impact. And I know for me, I've always tried to figure out, okay, what's my purpose? What am I called to do? Like what is it that um why am I here on earth, right? And me being a Christian, being a believer of Jesus Christ, like giving my life to Christ, you know, 10 years ago, 2010, and now seeing where I am now because of him and seeing how far I've been, you know, because of him and see how much he's blessed me. Now is the time, right? It's never too late, and now is the time. So, I don't want to be rambling and rambling, but this is the beginning of something new. This is the beginning of, you know, something extraordinary because of him and because of God. I'm going to really tap into the man that I'm called to be. I'm going to tap into my purpose. I'm going to tap into this this journey, right? And there's not too many of us. And what I mean by us, not only Christians, but there's not too many men of color who, share their heart and share what they're feeling, what they're thinking, what they're dealing with, what they're going through, and also just share what they're passionate about, right? Like what, there's not too many of us doing that authentically, with transparency, with truth to power. So for me right now, my purpose is to help people find theirs, and it's to be a light, be an encouragement, let people see, Christ, God through me, in my work, in my practice, in the things that I say. Um, and I've come a long way. I have been through so much. I've made some mistakes, but it's because of God, because of His goodness, and just because of people He's put in my life to nurture me, to guide me, to strengthen me. Um, it's one of those things where you just have to, one, give glory to Him and just be very thankful, right? And just be at the heart of it, yeah, be very thankful, right? Be very thankful, be very, um, just, I can't find the words, but it's just being this is it's a deep sense of thankfulness. And for me right now, it's okay. Let's go on this journey. Let's do this together. So, I launched my website, Curtis Careers, just being this advocate for career development, personal development for college students, for young professionals. And now I'm building this consultancy firm. More details about that when the time comes. Um, I'm writing, going back to my writing. So I'm writing my first ebook, and I have all these ideas of topics of professional development content that I want to write about, that I want to kind of just give my, 2 cents, my perspective. Um, I'm gonna go into this fantasy realm, if that makes sense, like Christian fantasy kind of storytelling and character development, and just kind of creating worlds and creating these stories and characters and places, and is just sending this message, right? It's sending this deep message. Um, and also, want to announce as well is I'm going to launch a weekly daily series called See Through the Day. And pretty much the premise of See Through the Day is, and this is probably the first pilot, if we don't call it pilot video. So See Through the Day um, is going to be this platform where folks can really, throughout the day, we'll have a different theme every week. We'll talk about that theme. We'll apply it to our personal life. We'll apply it to our professional life. We'll apply it to our mental health, our spiritual health, and just how does this particular theme manifest in different areas of our lives, right? And especially in the career and the professional development realm, right, where it's like, okay, what are we doing, you know, not only in our professional life, but like let's focus on the let's focus on the professional, right? We look at the personal life, we'll look at all these different aspects of us, but let's look at this professional life, this professional development, and how does this theme, you know, how is that theme being manifested, if you will, in your career, right? So See Through the Day is an opportunity for folks to ask questions, for us to have a real dialogue on like what's going on in people's lives, what's going on in their professional life, what's going on in their careers, what's going on with their faith, what's going on with their emotional health. We talk about physical health, exercising, which I need to do a lot more. But there's aspects of spiritual health and emotional health and mental health, and these all these aspects of these different health, like more or less like our being, right? Like every aspect of our being. Sometimes, a lot of times, we'll focus on one and not the other, right? Some of us are like gym fanatics, like with you know, gym. I don't even know, I forgot what you call it, but like gym rats, right? You're just in the gym every day working out. Your body is on point, but your spirit is not good, right? You're spiritually dying, or you know, you're spiritually enriched. You're whatever your religion is or faith base is, you're focused on that, but your body is not good. You don't exercise, you don't eat right. Um, your social skills are not good because you don't network with people, right? You don't connect with people who are different from and just because you may not fully agree with people, that doesn't mean you can't connect with them, right? That doesn't mean you can't have some kind of relation or correlation. It doesn't, like, you know, you know, not to get, overly religious or spiritual, but like, if you look at the life of Jesus, for example, and me being a Christian, and being a Christian, you have to read your word, read the Bible, you look at scripture, you look at the gospels, you analyze, you review people who real people who lived on this earth, who believed in God, who trusted in God, and you saw how God moved in their lives. And Jesus being the God man, right? You study Jesus, for example, you look at his life and you see how he was so open and connecting with people. He didn't just limit himself to people that believed in God. He connected with people who were different from him, who didn't necessarily believe the same things he believed, right? He connected with everyone, right? And that was intentional, right? So what I'm saying is when we connect with people, like what is our intention? Are we intentional when we connect with people, whether it's personally, whether it's professionally? Are we connecting with people, right? Are we connecting with people with intent, with true, honest intent, right? Where it's not selfishly driven, but there is this balance of I want to learn, I want to give back to you, I want to pour into you, I want you to pour into me. Like, what's happening, right? And I think in the climate that we're in right now, we need that. So, this video series, See Through Today, is just kind of like, let's take a step back. Let's talk about different things. Let's talk about career. Let's talk about professional growth. Let's talk about personal growth. Let's talk about aspects of health. Let's talk about, things that, we carry with ourselves throughout the day. Like we carry these things, right? So that's what this new web series is going to be all about. Um, you know, I pray that God uses me through this platform, through these new endeavors and it's a fire, right? This is a fire that's been burning in me for a while, and I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna step out on faith. I'm just gonna do this thing, right? And if it doesn't work out, then I know God is gonna work things out where whatever that is that's going to work out is gonna come and it's gonna work out, right? So this is a journey. This is a learning experience for everyone. For me, I'm a firm believer of learning, which is a struggle for me, but it's also a place where I've grown, where it's like, okay, I want to be more of a student than a master or something. You know what I mean? Like I want to be more of a student. I always want to have a heart of a student. Um, I think a lot of us we venture into this path of mastery, which is not necessarily or inherently a bad thing, but a lot of times we get lost in that and we forget to have that childlike spirit, that humble spirit of, I just don't know, right? And I need to learn. I need to learn. I need to read. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do research. I need to gather data. Whatever that is, we need to have that at the forefront, or at the very least at our core, right? So see through the day. This is something that's dear to me, like these passions of mine that are dear to me. So you know, definitely pray for your support. I definitely ask that once the series comes, once I launch this thing, um, and I highlight the different themes of the week, it's an opportunity for you to for us to engage and just kind of like go back and forth on this thing, right? And just throw some questions on here, like, hey, like, what do you mean by this? Or what do you mean by that? And how do you feel about this? And how do you feel about that? Um, and I'm just going to give you my perspective, right? From not only from a Christian's point of view, but from also a man of color, right? And just being a man, this is who I identify myself with, right? A Christian black male, right, from Brooklyn, right? That's how I identify myself. So, so yeah, definitely looking for you guys' support. Um, Stay tuned. Love you guys. Be well, and God bless you all. And see you on this journey.